presentation is defunding PETA, a step in the right direction for animal rights. So imagine that you're out with family and friends, everyone's having a generally good time, but when it's time to go home, you find that your beloved pet has gone missing. After hours of trying to coax it out with treats and yelling its name, you come to learn that your pet was stolen from your very own property. Not only that, but the people who took your pet have ended its life by euthanasia. Unfortunately for a family in Virginia, this horrible situation became a reality for them. But who would do something like this? I'm pretty sure most of us have heard of the group PETA. PETA is a criminal organization with a history of animal abuse and lawbreaking despite being animal rights activists. We'll be going over what PETA is, PETA's history of legal and ethical wrongdoings, and what's being done about this. So what is PETA? PETA is People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. They're an animal rights activism group. You usually see these kinds of people outside McDonald's protesting fast food. Under the About tab on PETA.org, PETA claims to be the largest animal rights organization in the world with over 6.5 million supporters and donators. PETA is all about ending animal cruelty. They do this by working through cruelty investigations and rescuing animals. Specializing in both domestic and livestock animals, over the recent years, PETA has been allocated against because of incidents like the seen from earlier, causing widespread lawsuits so severe that the president herself had to step in and make a statement in an attempt to justify it. Ingrid Newkirk, current president of PETA, said in her article, Why We Euthanize on PETA.org, dated February 18, 2020, At PETA, we will never turn our backs on the neglected, unloved, or homeless animals. Even if the best we can do is offer them a painless release from a world that doesn't have enough room for them in its hearts and homes. The article really tugs on your heartstrings, but actions caused by PETA in the past completely negate this statement and make it fraudulent. In reality, PETA is a deceitful and disingenuous organization with a history of animal cruelty. In The Guardian's article, PETA says sorry for taking a girl's pet chihuahua and putting it down. On theguardian.com, dated August 17, 2017, a family has settled a lawsuit against PETA after it took a girl's unattended dog and put it down. The legal outcome is an attempt to, in effect, put PETA on trial for euthanizing hundreds of animals each year. A team of PETA veterinarians from a local Virginia animal shelter were dispatched to euthanize animals from low-income areas that were deemed unable to be adopted. The pet mentioned earlier, a chihuahua named Maya, belonged to 9-year-old Cynthia and her family in their trailer park home. She was a victim of PETA's carelessness that day. Not only did PETA kill an innocent dog, they also broke Virginia state law for holding an animal for a 5-day grace period before euthanasia. Maya was killed the same day that she was stolen. The family received a $49,000 compensation from PETA for the lawsuit. According to Michael Winrop's article, PETA finds itself on the receiving end of others' anger. On NewYorkTimes.com, dated July 6, 2013, over the last decade, PETA has euthanized 1,045 to 1,942 cats a year at the shelter in New York. PETA has claimed to be no-kill shelters in the past. This is a lie from PETA, and they have since owned up to having euthanized animals. However, they claim that their euthanizations are justified, further proving PETA's hypocrisy. So it's time to talk about what's being done about this issue. Over the time, more and more people are coming forward about this, most notably former employees and volunteers of PETA. In Nathan Winograd's article, Killing Animals, PETA's Open Secret, on HuffingtonPost.com, dated October 19, 2017, employees have described and records show 8, 10, 12-week-old healthy kittens and puppies were routinely put to death with no attempt or effort to find them a home. Former PETA employees also note that PETA's Community Animal Project often focuses on poor immigrant Spanish-speaking communities, which is the sort of community that Maya was taken from. This means that PETA is also unethical by targeting minority communities. If you or anyone else you know supports PETA, I highly encourage you to reconsider where your money goes. Consider supporting your local no-kill shelters, which are constantly looking for volunteers and donations to help their cause. In conclusion, PETA is an organization that claims to be morally correct in helping animals, but there is more than enough evidence against PETA to debunk this claim and frame them as murderers and liars. Please give your time and money to more deserving animal rights facilities like your local shelters and animal